Well, welcome to Hednesford for round number 14 of the English National Series on a bitterly cold November the 6th. And we've got practice on for the classics. We've got 20 cars here today and some notable, interesting entrants amongst them, in especially the form of Mr. Graham McCabe, who's out there today debuting his Talbot Sunbeam. Well, it has been raining earlier on, but now the rain seems to have passed, but it's about 3 degrees and everybody is bitterly cold. Let's just hope that some of the racing that we do have on today will warm the heart and soul of every motor racing fan. So some of the cars you can see out on the centre green waiting for their turn in practice. We can see that 419 Dave Murphy and 121 Charlie Shembry is amongst them, as is 271 Jamie Johnson. Treble 2 Trevor Forrester and number 12 Trevor Harris, the two Scottish entrants here, amongst 5 that are here with us today. A very impressive commitment amongst the Scottish contingent of classic hot rod drivers. The way that classics have really exploded into the scene in Scotland. More are expected for next year as the awaited entry of the Scottish Series for 2017 will be looked forward to. There we can see number 19, Anthony Morgan. First time out ever for Anthony, racing here at Hednesford this afternoon. And has been given the award courtesy of the admin team at Classic Hot Rod TV for the most best liked classic hot rod of 2016, having recorded almost 1,000 likes on the social media page. So just panning across, looking at some of those others out there ready for practice, and we can see that number 232 Brett Snedden is out with 164, Simon Wood, and then we can see the aforementioned Sunbeam Talbot of 247 Graham McCabe. The first time any such car has been built to be raced in classic hot rods, and alongside him his previous machine, now in the hands of John McFarlane, otherwise known as John McFastline. And then behind them, with his silver stripes shining brightly and proudly on the car, the winner of the English National Series of 2016, and it is Harry Harold Stewart. Dedication personified, and it is a delight to see the Red Devil in Harold's hands here with us today on this bitterly cold afternoon. So the pit gate has gone together, ready for this practice session. Don't expect too much in high-speed great shakes amongst the classics in this practice, because of course in these extremely cold conditions, practice on this slippy circuit will curtail the speed. But we are off and away. And we look at Graham McCabe going around there with Simon Wood. First time he's driven the car. Only been finished in the last few hours of this week. And he follows around the 232 car, the Mark II Escort of Brett Snedden. The debut of the car was featured on the Classic Hot Rod page on Facebook just less than 2 hours ago, and within that time had already received over 150 likes. There goes your new English national champion with the silver stripes on the roof of his Anglia, the Red Devil. That's 911 Harry Stewart. There we are, featuring 164 Simon Wood in his black and white checkered machine, the former Pat Smith car. And there's Graham McCabe, and that's John McFarlane, I should say, in Graham McCabe's former car, the Vauxhall Chevette powered by 2-litre Pinto. Former national champion in the form of 333, Lee Wood. And the man man who now shares his time between the short and the long ovals. That's 1:44, Tim Foxlow. 44, Cara Boyd, dedication personified. This is her 11th outing in season 2016. Delighted to see her here today. And it really seems to have turned a corner performance-wise with the way that she performed at Northampton just a fortnight ago. Shakedown there for the first session of the Classics here at Hednesford this afternoon. Lee Wood beginning to get a little bit of a power, having a try just to see how much grip he has got at his disposal in the HB Viva. And you can always hear that HB above everybody else, the way that it rasps and growls its way around. Cara through again with Brett Sneddon passing on the inside. Anthony Morgan also going through. The national champion 911 Harry Stewart just beginning to feel the ability of the speed of this car on what will be a very slippy surface. And red flags are out. So that concludes the first half of the practice. They'll make their way to the infield now, and the balance of the competitors will make their way out onto track. See Darren Owen amongst them, car number 8, one of the lightest cars on the CHR scene, just above 700 pounds, and a very, very lightweight car, and indeed a very, very successful car Darren has had in his limited outings of 2016. This will be his 4th meeting only of this year, but in the time that he has raced, he's become a champion twice, winning the English Open and the Scottish Open this year. The English Open, of course, also incorporates the Bill Morris Memorial that he won here at Hednesford in the bright summer sunshine of June. It's good to see that 236 Ryan Polly, George Polly's grandson, is out, driving the Graham Boyd Austin A40. He was driving that car first time out for a fortnight ago at Northampton and got into the rhythm of things very well indeed. A former mini stock pilot, now races in the stock class on the big circuits. 271 Jamie Johnson, the one man driving with crossflow power this afternoon, and Jamie, winner of 2 heats at Northampton in October. The winner of the final that day, there he is, Chesham's 121, Charlie Shembry, and has been featured in an in-depth interview for Retro Ford magazine, and that interview will be part of the January issue, which will be on sale the 2nd week of December. 159 Mick Caton. Now 2 years ago Mick went to victory in that car known affectionately as Darth Vader, and he won a great race ahead of his brother and Ant Wart Neils, who you may have heard of going on to great things on the circuit in the Clio Cup. Ant, though, although he's been absent for a few seasons in classic hot rods, still has his car. It's a big strip down that he's done, but he could one day be back, so we'll keep our eyes peeled out for Ant Wart Neils. So there we are, another session ready to go for this practice. Traveller of the Year, number 12, Trevor Harris, alongside number 88, Dave Owen. Dave in, of course, his brother's older machine. He's only been out at Hednesford twice this year, hasn't had a lot of luck with those entries. He took his brother's car to Ipswich for the National Championship, and indeed went very well, of course, because Dave is certainly, Dangerous Dave is no slouch when it comes to hot rod racing. So away we go, second practice is on. Dave Murphy, 419. Has almost had no sleep in about 2 weeks after he crashed out. Oh my goodness! He crashed out at Northampton, and there's not been sure as to whether the braking capacity on that car is ready for today. He's done so much to it to get it ready, you wouldn't believe. He slipped there, and he will no doubt gingerly go round again to try and get the feel of that car. As we have been filming now, I have now indeed officially lost the feeling in my hands. I knew I should have brought my gloves. Big Kate going through picture. There's Ryan Polly. Dave Owen getting into the rhythm of it. 12, Trevor Harris. And there goes 2-2 true. Trevor Forrester in the former Shane Taylor machine. There's lots to do on that car, and no doubt through winter we'll be doing even more, as the exiled Englishman looks to get fully into fettle on the classic hot rod scene, ready for the Scottish series that will come next year. And I feel that Trevor could still be very much a force to be reckoned with. The two men who race so closely at Northampton, again neck and neck here in practice. And Daz Owen, of course, there with his Mark II in good company. Like the wet, and if his previous performance at Hednesford in the wet is anything to go by, where indeed he gave none other than Andy Stewart a good run for his money, then could be useful to keep an eye out on Charlie today. Down the laps now, just the last little bit of practice available. Jamie Johnson, you can hear the rasp of his car, and there goes the red flag. So that concludes practice. And hopefully some of those drivers will have had a good taste of what is to come today here at an extremely cold Hednesford.